moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to the Ultimate Game Realms Collectables. This is Dixon logging on. Today I'm going to show you my Myst 25th Anniversary collection that I got from Kickstarter. And this was a Kickstarter project back in 2018. Now, Kickstarter, of course, had many options for the 25th anniversary tier to get. And I got the Writer's Edition, which was the second expensivest one out of all, and that one was $250. The most expensive this one was the Collector's, and that was $1,000. But not going to go that high. Writers, but I'm satisfied with the Writer's Edition. I pretty much get the best of what I get. Main feature is the replica book from the Myst game that has an animated LCD Lincoln panel inside the book, like inside the game. I mean, you see video clips just like you see in the actual game, except it looks like you're actually looking at the book in person. It makes me feel like I was there. That's really awesome. Plus, there's hidden buttons on that under the panel where you can actually press the skip button to see the next screen. And there's also a USB connector on the right side of the book where you can actually plug the little USB cable, which also came with a USB cable, by the way. Plug it in to charge up the battery that's inside the book, or you can hook it up to the computer and even add more clips to it, which is pretty nice, which I haven't gone around doing, so I'm not. Yeah, so I just like to have it the way it is, though. It's one of the guy's sons. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? However, it would be really awesome if that book can link me onto the island to witness the creation of Ram Miller, aka Atlas, to see how the island is. Plus, I can go figure out all sorts of puzzles and check out all the cool machinery and figure out how to run them, and also read some interesting books in the library. Inside that island is pretty awesome to look at. I wish I could be there in person to view it. Plus, there's also other worlds you can also go into from that island, which is pretty neat too. Yeah, that Lincoln book is pretty cool. And plus, that book is what's also awesome about that book is it also has 2 compartments on it, which has the USB cable, which I mentioned, plus the compartment for seven physical copies of the games, which are in sleeve cases. You know, Myst, Riven, Myst 3, Exile, Myst 4 Revelations, Myst 5 Ender Ages, and Myst Rule, and the Real Myst Masterpiece Edition. So that's really cool that they have that. What's really awesome about the Writer's Edition, this is what it came with. This is the main bonus that it came with for upgrade from the previous editions, is Gaines pen and inkwell. That's definitely a replica from the Myst game as well. It looks pretty cool. I haven't got it put together yet, though. If I had a big enough office, I probably will have it put together. But it's nice to have it as a collectible, too. Plus, I also got some PDF files, linked to some PDF files of the Myst 25th anniversary that are readable, as well as digital copies from Good Old Games, as well as a code for digital copies from Good Old Games, which I already have half of them already, just half of the latest ones they added onto the library. Of course, there's also an option for Steam if you go that way too. However, at the time, they recently released the third and fourth game, probably because Cyan and Ram Miller got the rights for those two games, because back then they were actually under Ubisoft, but now they're back under digital distribution along with the rest of the games. Anyway, this collection's really cool, and I don't regret paying that much for it. Oh yeah, plus I got percentage on the Myst shirt that I was wearing in that video there too. Don't remember how, but there's one thing I also remember too. The DVD game physical copies I got, they actually came I think about a few months later after I got the Writer's Edition book, which I'm fine with. Kind of odd, but at least I got them though, so that's pretty much a complete collection there. So the Myst 25th Anniversary Writer's Edition, I actually enjoy having this in my collection. I don't think I have any plans on selling it anytime soon. Of course, this campaign started in 2018, and at the time, the latest release was the Real Myst Masterpiece Edition. However, this 25th Anniversary Edition book came out before Cyan decided to do a remake on Myst again, another remake, which actually had a VR option. Remember talking about wanting to be there in real life, but that's pretty much closer to real life, so that's pretty much a cool option to have. I haven't played that one yet though, and VR right now is kind of out of the question for me because I've been doing a lot of arranging around the room, and I gave my current VR set to my nephew because I'm planning on upgrading mine soon. However, it's really cool that they actually did a proper remake for this generation. I will get into that eventually. And speaking of remakes for the Myst series, they're also remaking Riven, which was the sequel to Myst. I'm looking forward to seeing that too. Pretty sure they're going to give the same treatment as they did for the remake of the Myst game. Well, however, I'm going to be on the level with my experience with the Myst series. I wasn't always a huge fan of them though, but I always respected the concept, how Myst actually pioneered for many other gaming generations to come. You know, with the interactive pre-rendering backgrounds, exploring and puzzles and all that stuff, especially for CD-ROM technology. Of course, back in the day, I was limited to consoles, and so I had to stick with the console ports, like the Sega Saturn version or the PlayStation version of Myst. Of course, nowadays, those ports are kind of useless unless looking back into those ones as for nostalgia purposes. Pretty much the main Myst games I play when it comes to the first game is the Masterpiece Edition of the original, and the Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, not the original Real Myst, which was the remake of Myst, updated version of the remake, Masterpiece Edition. And as well as when I get a chance, the 2020 remake of Myst. Anyway, very awesome collection I got here, and like I said, I don't regret paying $250 for this collection back in 2018, and it looks real neat on the shelf, and don't have plans on selling it anytime soon because I think this thing's really cool. Even though I'm retired out of collecting video game consoles, the retro video game consoles, and still selling those here bits and bits. But this thing is really cool. Definitely going to hold on to it for quite some time. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you all very much for watching. This is Dixon of the Ultimate Gamer. I'm logging off.